Martian.
Martian.
The Martian. Let's go ahead and get into that right now.
Okay.
Tommy had me laugh. He's joking around. He's like, the way Matt Damon running his mouth, they might want to do that move in reverse. Put him in a shuttle and send his ass to Mars.
He didn't say nothing.
And when we're talking about diversity, you do it in the casting of the film, not in the casting of the show.
Whew. Wow, okay.
Put his ass on Mars and leave him there. Bring him home. But yeah, bring him home. Send him away.
Well, shit, in half his movies, they're trying to send people to go save him. Saving Private Ryan is all about, hey, we got to mount an expedition to go bring him back.
That's true.
That is true.
Yeah.
Damn, you a smug motherfucker, ain't you?
He is.
Everybody just got to drop everything to go get Matt Damon. People dying, people
Fucking wars and
shit. One man on Mars. We can leave his ass there.
Yeah. Oh, right. He was stranded in Interstellar too.
God damn.
Interstellar. He's stranded up there.
Someone give this motherfucker a map.
Lock his ass down, man. Put him on a leash.
Exactly.
Why do we keep losing Matt Damon?
he was right there a second ago. I took my eyes off for just 2 seconds.
How did he get to Mars in 15 minutes? We have Matt Damon as astronaut Mark Watney, who gets separated from his crew when he's struck by debris during a storm that hits their manned mission on Mars. Now, he's believed to be dead, and the crew, they said, well, fuck him, shit, we got to go. Gotta get the hell out of here. We got 5 more guys to look after. But it's soon discovered that Mark is not only alive, but he's also been using what little resources he has to stay alive until a miracle rescue can bring him back home to Earth. It's so scientific to the point that the guy who wrote the book, Andy Weir, when he finished writing, he said, yeah, ain't nobody gonna buy this shit. It's just a little too technical.
Yeah.
So he actually put it out in episodes on his webpage, and he was surprised, like, oh, y'all understand this shit? Really? People actually reading this?
Yeah, people aren't as dumb as you think they are. Andy.
Actually, I'm making him sound a little more smug than he really is. But no, he was surprised. He's like, wow, people are buying this. He put it on Kindle, sold like 35,000 copies for 99 cents in like less than 3 months. The reason why I'm bringing this up is because the movie does reflect that. And that's what everybody wants to know. Even when the movie was talking about being made, people are like, who's going to understand this shit? Because he's a computer science guy, and he wrote this with all that science in there to say, could this be possible?
Right.
An outlandish situation like this. When we start out, we see them on Mars, big storm hits, we see Matt Damon get lost, and that's the whole thing that sets off the events for the rest of the 2 hours of the film.
Begin abort procedure.
Let's wait it out.
Prep emergency departure.
Martinez, how long before takeoff?
12 minutes.
Visibility is almost 0. Anyone gets lost, hone into my suit's telemetry. You ready?
Ready.
Shit! Fuck! You're like, shut that goddamn door, man!
Hey! We might be able to keep the map from tipping! Watch out!
Nope. Yeah, but what's gonna keep your ass from tipping?
You know, it looked like Captain America was on the moon. I mean, on Mars. Take that, Red Skull. Oh, oops. Sorry about that.
You know, it did look like that. Like Captain America, like, shit, Hydra's on the moon.
Yeah.
When Captain America throws his mighty shield.
You know what? I really like the beginning of this, though, because they just kind of just make him seem like just another guy, like a side character.
Yeah.
Almost like a red shirt from, like, Star Trek.
Right.
No, they do.
Yeah, he feels like a side character. So when this shit happens to him, you're like, well, I mean, they're making it seem like it's Jessica Chastain's movie, you know, at the beginning.
Right.
So you're like,
yeah,
he's fucked.
You know what?
Let's go with our hero now. He's all chip and shit. Hey, guys.
Yeah. And if you know Jessica Chastain, don't even acknowledge his ass.
No.
Begin abort procedure.
Let's wait it out.
Yeah.
Prep emergency
Fuck
departure.
off. Yeah. Anyway. Is he still here? Did y'all hear something? This motherfucker's still behind me.
And they're all in suits, so you can't identify who is who. So that dude who gets hit by that shield and knocked out, it's like, oh, well, dude, that's your ass.
Yeah, clearly that was Michael Pena.
It's not, yeah, right. It's not until they take off, they gone. You know, you see the people there, and then out of the rubble, it comes up and you see Matt Damon's face and you go like, oh shit, man.
Oops.
we didn't know it was you.
I mean, I took a head count and everything. I don't know what happened, man. But the guy that you're ready to write off in the movie actually ends up being probably one of the smartest guys out of the group. Yeah. And that's also when the movie starts to take a turn in tone right here. Because what looks like it's going to be a thriller ends up being somewhat of a more lighthearted movie, and ends up being somewhat more of a comedy in a way.
Yeah, it really is. It turned into the Matt Damon comedy hour.
It really does.
Take my wife, please.
Please.
No, I got that wrong. Take my wife, please. I'll get it.
And the one that left his ass there. But you got to understand that. See, you're expecting something like Gravity, like you said.
Right, yeah.
And Matt Damon's like, look, I ain't Sandra Bullock.
Yeah.
You know, I ain't
she was stupid.
She was stupid.
I'm smart.
She's a girl.
I'm not your average dumbass astronaut.
Yeah.
Okay, you know.
He's a little cocky.
He is a little cocky to
Yeah.
the point where he says, look, he even it's like he's almost telling the audience, look, the reason why we switching tones is because I don't want y'all to worry about this. I got this shit.
I'm holding this down.
Yeah, y'all sit back, eat your popcorn, drink your soda. Don't worry, I'm getting off of Mars. Mars is my bitch.
So for just me, that's gonna last 300 souls, which I figure I can stretch to 400 if I ration. So I gotta figure out a way to grow 3 years worth of food here.
Oops.
Oh, I gotta refigure.
On a planet where nothing grows. Luckily, I'm a botanist. Mars will come to fear my botany powers.
Mars was like, oh yeah.
Oh, you think so?
We'll see.
Mars is like, I ain't going nowhere.
Clearly, you're not either.
Yeah,
So.
Got all the time in the world.
Matt Damon is likable, very likable.
Extremely likable.
Extremely likable. You want to see him make it because you like it so much.
Yeah.
Relatable? I'm not gonna go that far because he's obviously way smarter than me.
No, he's a dude that if you met him in a bar, you can have a conversation.
No.
with him. 'Cause he would act like the smartest man in the room.
I don't know. I beg to differ with you guys.
You think?
You see, like right now, he's looking like, yeah. Who the fuck are you? Yeah. Anyway, I'm waiting on my smart friends. Could you get up?
Yeah.
You know, I feel like he would not want to talk to me, and you know what? And I'm not even offended by that because I feel like, okay, yeah, we have nothing in common.
Survive
man.
on Mars, so yeah, clearly.
I can barely survive on Earth.
Yeah, I would only bring you down.
Yeah, but you felt different about that, huh?
Yeah. As a matter of fact, I mean, I love the approach of him, of what they do at the movie where, hey, we have a movie about science that's not afraid to be about science.
Yeah.
It's proud of it. Like, so much of this with the beginning and all this and Matt Damon's character, I'm like, with your Fantastic Four movie, the next time, look at this. This is what it's about. It's embracing science and going like, hey, this is some cool shit. And we have a guy who's smart and not apologetic about it.
Yeah, the world's first action hero whose only action is to be smart.
Yeah.
And grow shit with Martian dirt and doo-doo.
Shit, yeah.
Notice I said doo-doo. I would never survive on Mars. Like, I'm childish like that.
Oh, yeah. But at the point where he's like, well, to grow these potatoes, I just have to use human shit. I almost said out loud, fuck that.
He had his nose covered with, I mean, he had like earplugs in his nostrils, and he was like, God damn. And it's funny because the people on the ship whose shit stinks the most are the women.
Yeah, that was funny.
He picks up like, who is Jessica Chastain and Kate Martin. When he picks up Kate Martin, he's like, God damn, what you eat, girl?
If I had a problem with him, he's a little too much of a bro. I know he's a science bro, but he's all like, I'm a science the shit out of this. And at the first it's like, yeah, that's a funny line. But all through, he kept doing stuff like that when I'm like, all right.
Well, what did you want him to do? You know, did you want him to, I'm going to actually get the velocity of the train?
My opening statement was exactly what I didn't want. Was that what you just did?
Because I like what he did because he made, like I said, man, he made action out of shit that normally we'd be like, what the fuck? Like he made agriculture.
Yeah, he made
like,
water.
He made agriculture like amazing to me because when he planted those potatoes,
yeah.
I was like, oh shit! When the first sprout came up, I was like, fuck yeah,
yeah,
potatoes! You know? That shit got to me, man. Because
it made me want potatoes afterwards.
Didn't it though?
Did, yeah.
When he was eating potatoes, like he even made that shit look good.
He did.
My biggest fear was that it was going to get too academic. It was going to be going into theories that were just for the science nerds out there. And I felt like we needed somebody like Donald Glover's astrodynamics character to come in. He was a guy that, he is a character that is that funny scientist, not exactly nerdy.
Yeah, it looks like he has Asperger's.
Yeah, he's still kind of cool. He's still kind of millennial hipster, but he's still kind of withdrawn. He's still talking languages that you can understand, but he's funny.
I gotta be honest, I hated that.
Did you?
Yeah.
You hated what? The smart part, or where they broke it down in layman's terms?
Broke it down to that elementary school level. I mean, the whole thing with actually that whole sequence, Donald Glover, I thought was just so cliche. I was like, wow, this movie seemed like it had more integrity than to have this, like, I don't know, maybe if we just go around and then, ooh, wait for it. And then, what you just said, all the figures, and then like, well, a slingshot. Well, we'll just go around it. I was like, why don't you just say like in Star Trek 4?
While we're doing that, we resupply with the probe.
Food and supplies.
Pick up whatever provisions we need, and now we're accelerating towards Mars. You're Mars. Now we're going too fast at this point to fall into orbit.
I like the Chiwetel for like, nigga, just get to the point.
He's like, we're all scientists here. Why don't you just draw it on the blackboard?
We can do a flyby.
Watney would intercept using the MAV.
And then we just head home. I done the math. Checks out.
Rich?
Yes, sir.
Get out.
Even Jeff Daniels like, I'm tired of your shit. No, not out this room, out the movie. Get out. Leave. This is a script by Drew Goddard. How you say Goddard? Goddard. You know who that is, Martin? That's the guy that he directed Cabin in the Woods and produced.
Okay.
Yeah, he produced Daredevil. Yeah. And perfect guy to come in and add a light touch to this because the movie is so humorous. And you're laughing so much, and it really doesn't feel that threatening. That's
No, it doesn't feel like a thriller. It feels more like like you said, like a lighthearted comedy. So when shit actually happens, you're like, oh fuck! It kind of
it creeps up on
you
because the movie says, motherfucker, he's on Mars.
Yeah.
What you think he's just gonna walk off this shit?
Exactly. Like if you look at, you're watching the movie and you like this guy more and more, and then you're like, oh, please don't let anything happen to him. And then you do forget. You're like, this is fucking Mars, and he's a human. He's the only person on Mars.
And it's devastating when something happens because it's been so light, and you're thinking, oh yeah, man, we have conflict here, and it's bad.
And plus his attitude is kind of what sells him because he has such a positive attitude and kind of optimism to him. Like I'm gonna make it through this. Fuck this shit. I'm gonna do this. And
really, Scott.
Yeah.
This is him working outside of his element.
Totally outside of his element.
What are you talking about? Space is his element.
No.
Not this kind
comedy.
Of space. Yeah.
Comedy. This kind of humor.
Lighthearted shit.
Very lighthearted shit. Last time he tried that was with the movie called A Good Year with Russell Crowe.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, so did everybody else. He tried to do not only a comedy, but a screwball comedy, and it didn't work at all. No, and I went through his filmography, and I said, let me see, did he do anything else that was considered to be comedy or lighthearted like this? None.
Yeah.
Nothing that I could see. So when I see this and I see it working, not only is he coming in and managing to get a certain category of film to work for him and work well, make it very entertaining, but it's good to see him lighten up, man. Like this is almost like a side of Ridley Scott that I've never seen.
Oh, it is.
It's like it's almost like when you saw your father who never laughed, and one night he got drunk and he cracked a joke. You're like, oh shit, he can be funny. But either way it goes, it's good to see this side of Ridley Scott. This is something that could have been mishandled so much by any other director. Somebody who could have came in and did not know how to handle the science in the comedy in here or the humor.
Yeah, it blends nicely.
It's not for everybody. That's, like I said, it gets technical in some parts. The science might be a little too deep for some people. Not trying to insult your intelligence, just might not be your kind of thing. And it's a 2.5 hour movie almost, like 2 hours and 20 minutes. It's going to have a little bit of a lull here and there. I mean, it's a guy stuck on Mars, so. Yeah. But outside of that, it's a damn good crafted movie, man. I mean, they made science fun. I would have learned science if they had done it like this.
It was like watching an episode of Bill Nye.
Yeah, exactly.
It really was.
Yeah, they made science fun. I feel like I at least attempted to learn something. So I'm gonna give this a full price, a big full price.
Yeah, I have to agree. Like, I give this a high full price because going into this movie, I thought it was just going to be like Gravity. Like, that's pretty much was the thing I was thinking I was going to get. And the longer it went on, the more it won me over. Like you said, you felt like it was a lull, and I really didn't. I felt like by the time that lull came, that's when they started switching back and forth from Earth to Mars. I thought that made the movie move very quickly. And by the time I knew it, oh shit, it's over. And by the time it was over, I loved it. So. Yeah.
Well, I guess I hear everything you guys are saying, and I see why you felt that way.
But
it's weird because I don't think this was a bad movie, but it really did not do it for me that much. Almost for the opposite reasons. Where I loved the beginning of it, and I didn't mind it being lighthearted. But 45 minutes in, it occurred to me like this guy's in no danger. I mean, the situation he is, but he's coming out well on everything and joking about it. I stopped feeling a sense of peril. I knew that everything's going to be fine.
Well, because the movie, I mean, that's the point of the movie. It's like he's going to be fine, but how did he get himself out that situation? We never doubted he was going to die.
No, there was a point where he pretty much showed that he had it locked down. The only thing that could happen was the elements come in and be unpredictable, and yet he still managed to get around that. And every time something would happen to him where I was getting that sense of danger, they cut back to Earth. And they cut back to Earth so much. Like the tone just kept getting lighter as it went, and I was just like, yeah, this is nice and all, but it's not engaging to me. And his comedy, while I liked it in the beginning, after a while it started to wear thin on me. Like I was like, okay, his jokes are just mostly a lot of pop culture references, and I was like where you say people might not like it because it's too sciencey. I was just kept feeling like I wish they'd get back to science.
Martin won a college course.
He did.
I wanted it to stick to where what it set up at first. It was really proud of the science at first. I give it a man.
He's like, yeah, you dumbasses who didn't understand everything. You go ahead with your full price.
Like that dumbed down shit.
Yeah, that dumbed down shit.
See, this is the Martin I was afraid that
you would meet. Yeah. Years ago. Yeah. That's him right there.
Him.
Well, Tommy, I would talk to you, but you wouldn't get half of what I'm saying.
There you go.
Yeah, pat you on your head.
I haven't insulted you guys at all. Matter of fact, it's been the opposite.
You give it a full price. That's good. That's cute. That's what I would expect out of a dumbass like you.
It's that attitude. Yes. It's that fear of intelligence that fuels the Republican Party. But you guys go ahead.
Because see, I'm
now with Kim Davis.
Yeah. I'm so glad you're not a teacher, man. If you were a teacher, you would actually send kids to Mars.
No, I would
to learn science.
I would actually teach my kids instead of just showing them movies.
You would send them to.
They would leave having learned something.
You would send kids to Mars, and they'd be like, "Well, what's my test to get the fuck off Mars to survive?"
Here's a Swiss Army knife.
Yeah, here's a Swiss Army knife and a potato. Go to work.
How else you gonna learn?